Hello, and welcome to another video brought to you by the Machamp King. And today we are doing episode 13 of our Radiant Eternatus series with Centiskorch VMax. So what we are doing today is we have our Radiant Eternatus, obviously, with 4 cast form Sunny forms. This has the ability Weathering Reading, so if you have 8 or more stadiums in your discard pile, ignore all energy costs. That is not why we are playing this. We are playing it because it does 150 for 3, but more importantly because it has a free retreat cost. So we are playing 4 of those. Hopefully we open up with one of those. That way we can just free retreat into the Centiskorch in our following turn and start raking up some damage. We also have Slugma with Magma Ring. The defending Pokemon can't retreat during your next turn if you just want to put up a single prize Pokemon that way. And then, more importantly, we have Centiskorch. So, smooth over. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a card, shuffle it, and put it on top of your deck. That works very well with Dedenne, with Welder, with things that draw cards. So, that is why we are playing Centiskorch. We also have 3 Centiskorch VMax, Dedenne GX. Counter Catcher is a gust card if they have more prizes than you do, and it's an item, so you can still play a support and Counter Catcher at the same turn. That's why that's so important. We have Fiery Flint, so you can only play this if you discard 2 other cards and then add 4 fire energy cards into your hand. Fiery Torch, discard a fire energy and draw 2 cards. We have Fire Crystal, put 3 fire energy from discard into your hand. Pokegear, we have, each of those we have 2 of. 3 Pokegears, 4 Quick Ball, a Trainer's Mail, 4 Ultra Ball, 2 Versus Seeker, 2 Giant Hearth, a Heat Factory, a Magma Basin, 2 Blacksmith, a Boss's Orders, 1 Kiawe, 3 Welders, 2 Floatstone, a Forest Sealstone, and 12 Basic Energy. So we are just trying to build up some big tanky Centiskorch VMAXs and start swinging with some great KOs. So that is what we are doing today. And there's just so much good support in Expanded for fire Pokemon, especially for someone like Centiskorch where you're just trying to like accelerate a ton of energy. There's nothing better. So I couldn't possibly theorize anything better in standard for fire, so that is why I went back to the expanded format for this episode of the Radiant Eternatus series. Super excited to show you just how awesome this can be. So we are playing against Jerome 717, and looks like we are also playing a fire deck potentially. Sorry guys, since we don't play any scoop up nets, anytime we start with Radiant Eternatus, it's just our whole deck is not going to work out. So unfortunately we just had to take an auto loss there. Let's find a different match. So we are playing SU3217CW, also fire, so we will see what we can do here. So we won. We want to go first, that way we can put our Radiant Eternatus on the bench. Starting with Dedenne is not the best either, but, you know, there's nothing we can do about that. Okay, so let's Ultra Ball away Centiskorch, and let's do Fire Crystal for Radiant Etern. And plop that on the bench. So no supporter to accelerate energy, and we play a ton, so unfortunately we are just hand attaching at the moment. Looks like they are also playing, we are playing a Centiskorch Mirror here. Alright, let's hand attach. We will Fiery Flint 2 of these guys away to thin our deck. Maybe we can get a Welder or something, and that'll end our turn. I really don't want to take any damage to these Centiskorch VMaxes until we absolutely have to. So I will be sending up my Radiant E-Turn in the meantime. Alright, so we will be sending up our Radiant E-Turn. Alright, Poke Gear, what do we got? Boss, okay. Boss thins our deck a little bit, but unfortunately doesn't do what we need. Okay, so we're gonna have to start swinging with our Radiant E-Turn, guys. I'm just gonna take a preemptive swing to their Centiskorch. One more swing and that will do it. But I will have to attach another energy because of this heat fire. Ugh, really? Well, that's not good. Yep, they are one turn away from winning this game. All right, guys. Not the best starts. I really wish I had some better examples. I've played a dozen games before starting to stream and went like 10 and 12 with those games. So one we lost because we started Radiant E-Turn, which never actually happened in any of those 12 games. And then also this was the first game with the Centiskorch mirror that I did not have any sort of supporter to play turn 1 or turn 2. So just bad draws, guys. But we are playing Takupi 1410. Let's see what we have. We mulligan. Yeah, if I would have drawn into off of the gear like a welder, then I would have KO'd their Ninetales. Oof, no ball search card. I swear this has never happened before, guys. I mean, I suppose I could welder into the cast form, but I would need a stadium to attack. All right, let's try it. Welder. I will attach, and I will Ultra Ball, cast form, and fire crystal. Since I can't attack anyways, I might as well throw down my Radiant E-Turn. That way I have a Forest Sealstone and a Kiawe ready to go. All right. So they are playing the 3 damage counter Gengar play, which is fine. I will retreat into the Radiant E-Turn, use the Forest Sealstone, use the Kiawe. There we go. Yes, that is what they are doing. So there we go. We are playing. We are going to play the Forest Sealstone for a Floatstone, and then use Centiskorch to attack. Star Alchemy. We did prize one of them, which is why we played 2. VMax Centiskorch. So they could KO this Pokemon if they had a Thornton, Rare Candy, Gengar with energy and the Psychic Stadium to make the Stadium Retreat cost 1. Or the Stadium that makes the attack cost 1 colorless less. I forget the name of it, but there was theoretically a way to KO my Centiskorch right there. They would have needed 5 specific cards, though. Alright, so we are playing against Mutant Mew. Metal deck, we should do fairly well against this deck because we are fire. So Mutant Mew, they do start the game. We mulligan again, which is fine. Alrighty, so we get to start with our free retreater in the active. We have Radiant Eternatus in hand. If I do get a Ball Search card, I would love to get that to get the Slugma down before ending my turn. But that wouldn't be the end of the world if I didn't. If they don't put another Pokemon down, I actually could donk them by getting a Welder and then Dedenaing potentially into the 3rd energy and a Stadium instead of going the Centiskorch route. Well, let's see what they do. Okay, so they just Intrepid Sword. Okay, so do I go for the donk or do I not? Pokegear. I don't. There's no way. Okay, so let's Radiant Eternatus. I was kind of hyped for the potential donk, but I did not get a Welder off of that Pokegear. Alright, so they Skyla. I could still KO this Zacian if I hand attach and then Dedenne into either a Welder with some energy or Blacksmith. So the Zacian V definitely could still go down. Now I would need a Stadium to bump that Stadium. But the good thing is if I whiff, they won't be able to attack me, because they'll be using their Brave Blade, and they can't attack the next turn. But they don't put it down. Okay. Alright, so let's hand attach. Let's put Dedenne GX down. And I don't get it. Well, potentially. Let's see what we got. So Quick Ball, I'll put down the Counter Catcher for Slugma. Alright, I would have to get a blacksmith here. I do not get the blacksmith. But that does end our turn. We can mess cargo. Yeah, we can mess cargo for it. But we are just within the supporters. I imagine they'll bump the heat factory for their anti-weakness stadium. I'd be very shocked if they didn't. Oh, and they are retreating. What are they doing? They don't want their Zacian V to get knocked out because they are hoping... I guess that's how they draw support. But they have a lot of metal Pokemon. This one does. Duraludon VMax does not have a weakness. Zacian V and the Lucario and Melmetal GX tag team does have a weakness to fire as well. Okay, so Metal Goggles does not stop weakness. But now I have to be doing 250. And they switch cart. Okay. Their style of play is confusing to me a smidge, because they could have attached the double colorless to Lucario and Melmetal. Unless they drew into it later, but... Alright. Still nothing. So I bump their stadium. Mess cargo. And since well, let's get rid of the Centiskorch. Yeah, I don't want them to discard all of the energy to my active, so I will not be putting it in the active yet, but I will put Blacksmith on the top of my deck. Alright, that ends my turn. So after a very, very slow start going through half my deck, I am finally able to start swinging for some knockouts here. Hopefully. Right now I am doing 120, so one more energy and I can KO this 3 prize Pokemon for weakness. Yep. Alright, Blacksmith. Let's get that Ultra Ball out of there. Let's use Smooth Over for Welder. And let's take a KO. There we go, G-Max Centiferno. Alright, so we are doing 200 damage with 3 more energy attachments. I think we are 10 damage short. Because we need to be hitting for 360, so minus the 40 on top. let's see. Let's figure this out. So it's 40 plus 40 for each energy. So I am doing 160 plus 40, that is 200. If I were to attach 2 more energy, that's 280. Hand attach for the turn, that is 320. So, unfortunately, I am just going to build up my second Centiskorch on the bench. And just take a swing. VMax Centiskorch. Yeah, if I had one more energy, I would have KO'd the Duraludon with my welder attachment. But that is okay. Uh-oh. Flipping for some sweet honey. Nah, that's fine. Ooh. I mean, they would have to heal almost all damage from this Duraludon to survive. And this Zacian V-Star is not doing enough damage. It needs 10 more damage to be able to KO a fully healed Centiskorch. Alright, this does get killed for weakness, so I don't have a problem. Alright, so mass cargo. Let's do welder again. I will fiery torch to draw into the welder. I will crystal for 3 energies, hand attach welder, and nobody is surviving any hits from this massive VMax Centiskorch. 690 damage. Jeez Louise. 9 energy plus the 40. We are doing 400 damage. Crystal Cave isn't going to save you. Boss. I mean, sure, take 2 prizes with the boss. Oh, and you're going to scoop before I can blacksmith? Yeah, there you go. Scoop! We win. There we go. 400 damage. We would have been doing 80 more damage with a with the blacksmith and a hand attachment. So that would have been 520 damage with our Centiskorch VMax. 520 damage. Alright, let's look for another game or two. So we are playing E3 Magic with its Psychic deck. So I won. I definitely like to draw into Kiawe in the first hand if I could, because, you know, when I get... I don't even have a ball search card. This could be tricky. Oh, they had 4 mulligans? Okay, let's see what we have. We should be able to get a ball search for the Radiant E-turn. There we go. 2 Slugmas. Let's get one of these in the discard for Radiant E-turn. And we have 2 on the bench, and both Both Mescargos are in the deck, so that is highly preferred. Alright, Psychic and Dark cost 2 retreat less. Are they going to bite or accelerate? They are going to accelerate. All right. So let's put Forced Seal Stone, Giant Hearth. We are going to Giant Hearth that away for 2 more energies. We will hand attach Star Alchemy for Kiawe is prized. Well, that's fine. We can Welder for 2 more. We can Fiery Torch. And we can Ultra Ball, Sunny Form, and Float Stone for a Mass Cargo. And we have 3 energies, so let's smooth over and let's do Blacksmith, because we can Versus Seeker for Welder and Fire Crystal if we need, or we can just do Blacksmith straight up for a KO. Gordy. So 3 energies into the hand. What do they have their other 2? So they weren't able to take a knockout, but that's fantastic. So let's Blacksmith for 2 more energies. We are now doing 240. And let's Mescargo for Fiery Flint. Accelerate some more energies with that Welder next turn, and VMax Centiferno. So if they don't do something here, we are just straight up taking a knockout. There's so much fire support. Blacksmith, Fire Crystal, Fire Torch. Avery, that is fine. Radiant and Cast Form have done their jobs. All right. And I don't even need to do anything. I will just finish the game. All right, Zacian V, bye-bye. There's the Kiawe. All right, guys, so we finished our dailies, and hopefully you liked this deck as much as I did. I love playing Fire, especially in Expanded, and this Radiant Eternatus build just, I really like it. Mescargo, Centiskorch, Dedenne, just draw, support, accelerate, hit big. And as long as you get 2 of these on the bench, fully accelerated, like there's not really much your opponent can do. So hopefully you liked this build. I liked it a lot. Please like and subscribe to this video on my channel. I would highly appreciate it. I really do appreciate anyone who views my videos. It's so fantastic to see. So thank you guys so much. And until next time, this is the Machamp King. Y'all have a nice day.